Hey, I'm Nate. We're here in Staten Island. The weather's gorgeous, and this is hopefully the start of many videos that I make on a near daily basis to keep me accountable, motivated, and really focused on being more active specifically. Right now I'm on a little bit of a personal quest to get more active, get healthy, and really just get better as a person, not person, but that was wrong. Just to get better in general, just to feel better, be able to ride better, because one of my goals, at least next year around this time, is I really want to compete in the US Open, which is a mountain bike race in New Jersey. And to do that, I'd really like to weigh a little bit less, and I would like to be in a little bit better physical shape, because I don't want to just go there and ride. I'd like to do well. So this is really the start of it, just being more active, getting out, getting my cardiovascular shape up. And so I want to make sure that I have my daily steps in order. And to track my daily steps, I'm using a Fitbit Versa, which you can see right here. That's my daily step count. Right now it's 4473. And I'm trying to do at least 10 to 12,000 steps a day. So yeah, that's my goal. I want to keep to it, and this video will really help me do that. So obviously I'm very grateful for anybody who decides to tag along, watch, subscribe, like the video, whatever. But this is really for me, and hey, I appreciate you tagging along. And so each day, to kind of add that little bit of motivation to getting out, being more active, going for a walk, I'm gonna take and talk about something that's on my brain. Sometimes it's gonna be a topic like the automotive industry. Other times it's gonna be a topic like drones or whatever. And I'll just give a little kind of quick, I don't wanna say TLDR because that's wrong. I wanna give my personal thoughts about what's going on. Today, we're gonna talk about Staten Island. This beautiful little section of New York City, which most New York City residents don't travel to, most visitors don't ever see, because it is the forgotten borough. So I'm gonna give you 5 misconceptions about Staten Island, starting with, this is a New York City borough. We have New York City schools, we have New York City Transit, we have New York City police officers, we have FDNY, fire department. But interestingly enough, we are pretty much surrounded by New Jersey. To the north, you have Jersey City. To the west, you have New Jersey. To the south, you have New Jersey. And I'm not sure if you can see it. You'll see it better in a second. But over there, you can see that blue stretch of land behind me. That is also New Jersey to our south and southeast. So pretty much every direction but south, northeast, and north, well, some of north is New Jersey. So really surrounded by New Jersey. But we are part of New York City. Something not to forget. We are the forgotten borough. It's kind of a joke with both New York City residents and Staten Island residents. We're kind of the red-headed stepchild of the 5 boroughs, which are Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan, and Staten Island. Next, the composition of the island is much different than the other boroughs. Staten Island has more parkland than every other borough combined. This is at least according to statistics last time I checked in like 2016. I don't think it's changed much, and I think we're adding a bunch more parkland where the Staten Island dump used to be. This entire park is just one of them, a relatively small one that's here by my house. And when I moved to Staten Island, I was a little worried about not having as much open space. I grew up in Massachusetts, lived in Texas, lived in Ohio, kind of all over the place. I always had a ton of space. I had access to things like mountain bike trails and dirt jumps. Well, right now I'm walking on one of my mountain bike trails, and my dirt jumps are that direction a little bit. But we're not going there today. I was a little nervous before moving here, completely unfounded. There's a lot of open space. This is a really nice mix between suburban and urban, which leads me to number 3, public transport. Despite having a lot of conveniences, like I have a Starbucks, I have a diner, I have a Walgreens, all within walking distance of my apartment. And by walking distance, I mean like 2 minutes maybe. It's really nice and convenient, but for most of Staten Island, you need a car. We do have public transport. It's not great. It's great for getting into the city. It's great for moving if you absolutely have no other option, but the service is limited and we do not have a subway. We have a train, but it only really serves to go from the south of the island along the east to the Staten Island Ferry, which leads me to point number 3, which is the Staten Island Ferry and why most people, oh wait, number 4. We're gonna call it number 3, whatever. Number 3, public transport and why people on Staten Island don't take the ferry. People don't take the ferry on Staten Island because it's actually a longer journey than you think. So from where we are right now, if I was to walk to the train, which is about 15 minutes from where I am, it's a 30-ish minute ride to the ferry in St. George. It's a 24-minute ferry ride to Manhattan. And to get to Midtown, where a lot of people work, it's another 24 to 30 minutes, which means it's about an hour and a half, a lot of times more, with 3 transfers of transportation. Train to boat, boat to subway, then you get there. It's not really convenient. If you're where the Staten Island Rail is, it can be a little bit more convenient. If you're closer to the ferry itself, it can be a lot more convenient, but it's not really the most practical method, which is why a lot of people, including myself, take express buses in. I walk 3 minutes around the corner, take a bus, it brings me all the way to Midtown. It's like 45 minutes to an hour now with the newer service. So again, this is why people don't take the Staten Island Ferry who live on Staten Island. That said, if you're visiting New York City, I highly recommend taking the Staten Island Ferry to Staten Island, then riding it straight back, because it gives you a great view of the city, gives you a great view of the Statue of Liberty, and it's free. It's a cool little thing you can do. It's good for anybody. There's snacks on the ferry, there's a bathroom on the ferry, and also when you get to Staten Island, there is a nice little 9/11 memorial in a park right there by the Staten Island Ferry Terminal, and also there's the Staten Island Yankee Stadium, so if you want to go see a minor league baseball game, it's there too. But yeah, that's why most people on Staten Island don't really take the ferry, even though it's free. Next, the food. Despite everybody assuming Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, that's where to get pizza, no, Staten Island has some of the best pizza in the city. On more than one occasion, you'll hear people coming to Staten Island just for Danino's. There's Lee's Tavern. There's a ton of great local pizza places. There's some excellent Italian food on Staten Island. A lot of the old school restaurateurs, Italian people who lived in Brooklyn, a lot of them are here now on Staten Island. So if you want some good Italian food, it's a pretty good place to come. Aside from that, go to Italy. And again, there are some excellent Italian places in Brooklyn, in Manhattan. Staten Island also some good food. Last misconception, Staten Island dump. A lot of people, when they think of Staten Island, they think of the dump. It is one of the biggest man-made things in the world. I think it's apparently bigger than the Great Wall of China by landmass or size or something like that, but it's huge, but it's now covered. When the unfortunate events of September 11th happened, a lot of the debris, the rubble, was brought out here and put into that landfill. That landfill is now being capped. It has been capped, and now it's being turned into a lot of parkland, which again, Staten Island, more parkland. Great. And I really do like that, it's a good thing. But the Staten Island dump is not open anymore. It no longer smells terrible. There's still some spots near the Staten Island Mall where on a really hot day, it can get a little dicey, but again, they're basically capping that entire area and turning it into a giant open park area, which I think is going to be gorgeous and excellent, and again, makes Staten Island a kind of special place. So yeah, that's Staten Island. 5 misconceptions, or 5 little tidbits, facts, whatever you want to call it, about this island that I now call home. But hey, it's a good place, and I would highly recommend, if you have a car, stop by. That said, they just raised the tolls. Don't get me started. There's a lot of things I don't like about Staten Island and New York City, but overall it's great. I love it. And so yeah, I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna finish up my walk because I've been shooting this video and not walking as much. I Haven't added much more steps. I'm now at 56:03. So let me get back to finishing up my walk. I'm gonna edit this video, post it up, and you will see me tomorrow. So thank you for joining me. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe, please join me. If you wanna leave your Fitbit information below, I will absolutely add you to my, whatever you wanna call it, friends list, because hey, I wanna compete with people and it makes it more fun, and I'm always down for a challenge. It keeps me motivated. So thank you again for joining me. Hope you like it. If you don't, again, this is really for me more than anything else to keep me honest, but thank you. I'll see you later. See you tomorrow. Bye.